10 years. That's how long it's been since Inter Milan have won Serie A. Yes, a whole decade since they won a league title. To give you an idea of how long ago that was, in their last Serie A winning season, Diego Milito was their top goal scorer, Javier Zanetti was their captain, and Jose Mourinho was their manager. By the way, Edinson Cavani was still at Palermo this season and bagged 13 goals. So let's put some respect on my boy's name. Getting back to Inter though, that 2009-10 Serie A win was their 5th league title in a row. And to put the cherry on top of it all, they won the treble that season. Things haven't been as sweet since. However, at the time of recording this, the Nerazzurri sit at the top of Serie A. Despite Juventus' dominance over Italian football over the past decade, this has not been an unusual position for Inter Milan. In fact, last season they occupied the top spot for 12 weeks before going through a difficult patch and eventually finishing second to the Bianconeri. This season though, things feel different. They genuinely feel like the best team in the country. They're not perfect and I don't expect them to run away with the league, but in my opinion at least, they are the favourites. In this video, I plan to explore why that is. So let's get into it. Let's start off with their key contributors. The obvious place to start is up front, where Inter have probably one of the deadliest strike partnerships in Europe. Lautaro and Lukaku have combined for 30 goals and 9 assists between them. Let's start off with Romelu Lukaku though, because my word has he been good. After basically being written off after his stint at Man United, he has proven that he is still a top quality forward. To demonstrate why I think Lukaku has been so much better at Inter than at Man United, we only have to look at Inter's first goal against AC Milan. Funnily enough, he actually doesn't score the goal, but provides the assist. Inter are on a breakaway and it's a 3v2. Lukaku bursts past the first defender and he now has 2 options. 1. Take the shot, or 2. Square the ball to Lautaro for a tap-in. He makes the right decision in my opinion, but tries to play the pass through the legs of Simon Kjaer, but the Dane does well to block it. The ball then goes back out the box and Lukaku gathers it. And here's the major difference for me. Previously, Lukaku would have gone into the situation, but his head would have been a mess. He would have been thinking, should I have taken the shot? Should I have tried to pass the ball around Kjaer? How much hate am I going to get from the fans because of that? And those negative thoughts probably result in him making a poor decision or not executing his next action. At Inter, however, his confidence is never in question. He realizes that he made the right decision, but it didn't quite come off. However, he's not worried about that. As soon as he gets the ball, his first thought is, how can we still score from this position? He picks up his head and picks out Martinez with a delightful cross. An aspect of his game that isn't spoken about a lot, but is absolutely a strength of his. A lot of credit must go to Antonio Conte for empowering Lukaku. Their relationship looks really good and is without a doubt a huge reason he has been so good. The scorer of the goal we looked at, Lautaro Martinez, has been very good as well this season. He scored 13 goals and has averaged 0.81 expected goals and assists per 90. That's significantly better than last season and means he's actually only 1 goal away from his total goals scored last season. However, the hype around him just hasn't been the same this year. That's almost certainly down to the lack of talk about a transfer away, and I think it's been a big reason why he's been so much better this season. I think as time passes, it seems more likely that Inter are going to keep hold of him, what with Barcelona's financial position and Man City looking at other options. So I think he's perhaps starting to view Inter as more of a long-term home, and that has helped him, I think. If I'm being honest though, I hope these two never split up. It's a throwback to the strike partnerships of old, like Andy Cole and Dwight York, Alan Shearer and Chris Sutton, or Luis Suarez and Daniel Sturridge. In the midfield, it's been the Marcelo Brozovic and Nico Barella show. My goodness, have these guys been good this season. Both Brozovic and Barella rank highly in terms of progressive passing and carries, and this means the Inter are constantly moving forward and able to break teams down. The X factor in the midfield though has been Christian Eriksen. Considering the fact that last year Inter were actively looking to ship Eriksen on, this comeback has been extremely unprecedented. And it's not as if we all thought Eriksen was washed. It's just, it seemed like, from Antonio Conte's comments at least, that he didn't quite fit Conte's plan. Recently though, he's found his way into the starting lineup, and he has definitely been a big difference maker. He's raised Inter's ceiling, and I feel like he's a big reason why Inter are favourites this season. The defense has also been solid, and a lot of this stems from consistency in my opinion. Their back three for the majority of the season has been Milan Skriniar, Stefan de Vrij and Alessandro Bastoni. All of them have had their games where they've looked like superheroes, and they complement each other really well. Handanovic has also been fairly decent, making a couple huge saves, and he's got a positive post-shot XG. Now let's have a look at their underlying stats. Inter rank 4th in terms of XG accumulated and 4th in terms of XG against accumulated, and this chart demonstrates this. Inter leads the league in goals scored and have conceded the second least. They also lead the league in goal creating actions per 90, a testament to the creativity in that midfield. So all around, the metrics look pretty solid, and they're not completely overperforming, so it looks like their form could be sustainable. Another couple important points to mention is that Inter are out of all of their other cup competitions, so they can focus all of their resources to the league. Antonio Conte is also probably the manager in the league that has the most championship pedigree, and he does have experience guiding teams to league titles as a manager. Now let's have a look at their competition. Let's start off with the team in second place, AC Milan. Milan have actually spent 18 weeks of the 23 at the top of the table. However, after defeats to Spezia and Inter, they now sit in second. Milan's main man this season has been Zlatan Ibrahimovic with 14 goals. In fact, their second highest scorer is Franck Kessié with just 7. Now, besides the fact that a guy of Zlatan's age would be more susceptible to fatigue, especially during a season like this, or that he may be more vulnerable to an injury, the man's going to be leaving the team to perform at the San Remo Music Festival. I mean, the guy prides himself on his focus and intensity, and then goes off in the middle of a title race to perform at a music festival. Milan have also been heavily reliant on penalty kicks this season, getting a surprising 14 penalties. That's 8 more than any other team in Italy. In terms of expected goals, they are ranked lower amongst other contenders, and they've also been a little suspect defensively. The one positive for AC though is that they are the closest to Inter and have the least work to do. But if I'm being honest, I don't think they're as good as their 18-week stint at the top suggests. Juventus sitting third, and they're the closest to challenging Inter for me. They have the best attack and the best defense in the league, both according to expected goals per 90. This shows that Juventus have probably been underperforming their metrics this season, so we can expect them to be better in the second half of the season. They also have a game in hand on the two Milan teams, and if they do win that game, they'll only be 1 point behind AC Milan and 5 points behind Inter. They also have Cristiano Ronaldo, who can get them out of a couple sticky situations should they get into any, and I think they are the favourites to challenge Inter. Roma in 4th are an interesting team. They're second in the league for both expected goals for and against. Their defense has seriously underperformed this season, so you'd expect that to get better. But the main problem for Roma is their lack of a clear talisman. That has been Edin Dzeko in the past, but he's only on 7 goals this season. Henrik Mkhitaryan and Jordan Vertut lead the team in goals with 9, so that's not too encouraging. Overall, are Roma a good team? Yes, 100%. Are they real contenders for the title? Not so much. Atalanta and Lazio are both on 43 points, so that would mean they have to claw back a 10-point lead, and Napoli are 13 points behind, but do have a game in hand. All in all, I'm not quite prepared to say that Inter will definitely win Serie A this season, But based on the evidence, I think they would be the team I would pick if I had to. Milan are in touching distance, and Juventus should improve over the second half. But I think the mountain might just be too tall to climb. Well, that's the end of this video. If you did enjoy it, please politely tap that like button. And if you're new around here, I'm this close to reaching 150 subscribers, so a subscription would be greatly appreciated. And until next time, it's been your boy, Zachary McAllister. Have a good day.